Alright guys, today greeted by my good friend Owen in his Bugatti. Another episode of Currency Talk. Made billions in the trading space, in the finance space, and he's got his hands in a lot of different buckets, so we're gonna have a chat with him today. Hey. How are you? Oh, really?
Good, how are you?
Wow.
Very good.
So nice.
It's unreal.
Yeah. Like you see it in the video.
Yeah, it does no justice.
Come with this housewarming gift so fucking often.
Oh.
I've had it now at my house, keeping a nice view, okay?
Wow.
It's for you and your bro.
Wow, thank you
Okay.
so much.
And for the house. When you leave, sell, whatever you do with this house, make sure you take it with you, okay?
100%.
Get an idea what it is from some of the other side. Show it up here. Show it up here. Open it up on there.
Sure?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's PPF. It's grand. We'll get another one if we fuck it up.
Oh wow. Oof. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really nice. It's already been seasoned,
Wow.
so you just need to keep it inside.
Yep.
But this I thought was really nice. It's obviously a Cuban scene.
Wow. Thank you
And
so much.
Here is something to go inside it, and hopefully we can maybe smoke one today.
Yeah, let's do it. 100%.
Alright, so here's some starter cigars, some Monte Cristos, some Cohibas, and yeah.
Amazing.
Good starting
Yeah,
cigars.
thank you so much,
And
brother.
here's a little bit more special.
Yes.
This is my favorite, and it's a new blend. But yeah, those are for a good day.
Alright, done.
Alright.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
And these pop that in the box when you put your cigars in.
Yep.
And that'll just bring the humidity back up.
Alright, done. Wow. Appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Fun.
You hungry?
Yeah, I'll eat.
Yeah.
I'll eat, yeah.
I'll explain what I got for your lunch today for you guys. So we got a summer sweet corn salad with arugula, shaved carrots, and it's a honey lemon vinaigrette. We got a butter rosemary poached bird, quartered 4 ways. And then you have carrots and roasted potato cooked in the juice and gravy of the bird. You also have peri peri house-made sauce. You have a sweet corn aioli to the side, and then you have some extra gravy on the side if you want to add some more flavor. All right, guys, enjoy.
Thank you so
Thank you, brother.
It's really, really nice.
Thank you.
We're fucking sitting here, mega multi-millionaires, and we got one ashtray.
Nah, cool. Well, yeah, bro. I just brought you over here to have this chat, and obviously, like, I look up to you a lot. You know, we're working together, and you know, with various things, and yeah, I just wanted to basically start with. Of course, you came in with your Bugatti.
Yes.
You know, you've got everything in the world, right? But for someone watching this, how, in like the simplest way possible, how does someone make $1 billion?
Well, see, what you do is you take a loan from your father. No, I'm joking. The numbers that you're talking about, that's AUM, that's assets under management. So that's through valuations and through different companies and acquisition. That's
Yep.
like now, I'm 37 years old. That's where you've got to, right? But I was only telling this story very recently at my mastermind. It all starts back when I was 16, 17, 18 and thinking that I wanted more. You know, I was very happy doing my job, working in the bars, really loved that. It was fun, it was enjoyable. I made money, I paid my rent, I had a great time, I went out, I drank, I like enjoyed all my youth. But just knowing that was a job, I was exchanging my time for money, but I could not ever have a lifestyle out of that. So I was trying to always focus on what could get me a good lifestyle. And if you're saying like what makes you get to this point, it's changing your focus and realizing that that type of thing where you're sitting there taking euros or dollars for time at a small level, like you guys did it, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
That job doesn't really work out in the long run.
Yes.
And having that realization that, okay, if you do want a better lifestyle, and that's all I started with was a better lifestyle. And I put in my mind, I want a nice apartment, I want a nice car, I want to be able to go on holiday. And that was the first thought.
Nice.
And I worked to figure that out.
Yes.
And then when I figured that out, I was like, now I have a nice lifestyle. How can I make my lifestyle better? I want a better apartment. I want a better car. And I worked to do that and figure that out. And what the point is setting yourself some type of target that you can manage and reach, getting there, and then moving the goalposts further and keep getting to the new post. Keep going, keep going. When I got to a stage where I had a nice lifestyle, I was earning hundreds of thousands of euros every single year. That was like great. Like I was doing better than most of my classmates, you know, in my early and mid 20s. And then I was like, okay, cool. How can I get to the next level? And the next level was, how can I have a nice lifestyle and be living my life while earning money? And I just focused on something that could get me there. That's where I found software, Forex,
Nice. Yes.
selling software, SaaS, and that is literally how you need to do that.
Sick.
It's not like the route, like do this, get $10, do that, get $20. It's just all in your mind.
Cool. So first step is just set a goal that you can reach, whatever level you're at.
Yeah.
And once you hit that goal, then you work into that next one, that next one, next one.
And a lot of people make that goal crazy. Like
Yeah.
I have had people that tell me that I want to be a millionaire by a certain age. That's a lovely thing to say, and it's great to have on your vision board, and in my opinion, I don't really like that thing. But if you do have that, put it there. Put your Lambo there, put your vision board, put your whatever there. But give yourself something that's actually achievable. Think about it, right? I'm in a shit neighborhood and I have no skills. You're not becoming a millionaire. You've two ways about it. Do something dangerous to make your money, or work very fucking hard. And even if you do work very hard, it is very, very hard to actually get out and make that million. So you need to give yourself something. Can I make another 1,000? Can I make another 10,000? Just fucking do that, and the rest will happen.
Cool, cool. I find it interesting how you say that you don't like the vision boards and this kind of stuff. I went down a path of the vision boards, the meditation, and all this, and you basically have never done this, right? Like, so that's how I rewired my brain. But you're just wired in a way where you're just built for success. So how did you build that? Like, I went down meditation. You might say it's bullshit or whatever.
No, look at you. It worked. It worked for you. So everybody that's watching a piece of content has to realize that that content could resonate with you.
Yes.
Or it mightn't. And then you're going to move to the next one, and that might resonate with you. And that's why there's people like us doing this type of content, because there is people that will resonate with us, and they'll follow us, and they'll join us, and they'll win, right? But the people that follow me may not necessarily follow you, right? So that could really, really work for them. Vision board. Like, I met someone recently, Harry. He's a vision board type of guy. Meditate, read, etc., etc.
Yep.
And he's doing very, very well. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it doesn't really float my boat.
Yeah, I got
What floats
you.
my boat is, Owen, you need to make fucking 1,000 because rent's due. And I go and I make 1,000, right? I call people on page 2 of Google and I sell them a fucking website so I can pay my rent. Action. That's how I made my money.
Cool.
I do that every time, over and over and over again. Last year, my fucking income went like, and I figured out how to make the exact same money that I need to live my life, right? Because that was the only way I could do it. Action. Move. You saw me work the last 2 years.
Yes.
I'm fucking working.
Yes.
Why do I have to fucking work? Because I want fucking money.
Yeah. The first time I met you, you said to me that you don't have to work.
I don't.
You know, you said, I don't have to do this. I do it because I love it.
I love it.
And
I
we
love
can
networking,
see that. Yeah.
Connecting, bringing people together. You know, you and me, we hung around once.
Yeah.
And then 6 months later, we hung around a second time. And a year later, we did business.
Exactly.
You know, that's my angle. you
Yes.
know? Put the effort in, take action, and the goals will just start chopping away.
Cool.
You know?
Amazing. And what would you say to someone that's kind of stuck, where they really don't know what to do, and they have the mindset of they want to make money, but they don't know how to do it?
Yeah. So I was that guy. I was at the bottom of my brother's bed, Lily, my brother, and what now is his wife. We're in the bed, and I was literally at the bottom of the bed, fucking crying like a dickhead in City West in Dublin. Don't know what to do. I failed college twice, and he said, Owen, learn something, learn one skill, and then sell that skill. And I went to my computer, I opened up YouTube, and I learned how to create websites. And I just forced myself to do it. And the analogy is, if the person on front of you can do it, that means you can do it too. So an educator let's say is teaching Forex, right? Or they might have a signal room, or they're teaching a particular skill. If they can do that skill, they're showing you wins. You can trade, you're showing wins.
Yes.
I can learn from you. The fact that you're doing it and it's successful means I have 100% ability. It's just, I have to dedicate my time. It might take me a month, it might take me 2 months. So that's what I did. I stopped crying like a went to my computer, and I bought a computer for 400 euros to Shiba.
Yeah.
I had it for 2 years, well paid off. Learned how to make a website. Went back to the bar, convinced an architect to let me make him a website.
Wow.
And I did that. It took me like nearly 4 or 5 months.
Yep.
I paid 400 euros for it, and I knew I had a superpower. And that's literally how you do it.
Crazy.
Stop being a bitch about it. Learn one thing and sell that one thing.
I love it.
Right? So if that's trading, if that's web development, if that's communication,
Yep.
if that's fucking driving luxury cars, learn how to do it well, sell that skill, and upgrade yourself and get paid.
Amazing, amazing. And so you built these websites. Then how did you transition into the trading space from there?
Built a website for a trader.
Wow.
Who is obviously my family member and business partner. And that was the first ever touch point. Someone wanted a website. I knew how to make websites. At the time I was mainly on sales and I wasn't really on development.
Yep.
And Jason was all on development. So he was really, really busy. I was really busy on sales. And I was in like a co-sharing office with my cousin, and it was at a point where I was like, listen, I really need a website to try to sell these things, because I'm kind of doing it manually. I'm like, it was before DMs were a thing. Like, you know, he was DMing people, making sales, whatever. People would attach the robot, or they would attach the system to the MT4 at the time. And he was like, there has to be a better way to do this. I need a site, a subscription, I need a payment gateway, which was PayPal at the time, and I need a way to basically give a license key. So I literally, over the weekend, did an instance of WordPress, so YouTube and WordPress, figuring out how to set up WordPress on his domain, figured out how to do a thing called BuddyPress, which is a community tool, so someone could sign up, pay a small fee, and be a part of the community. And in there, when they sign up and pay, I would issue a license key based on the thing that could actually then download the bot and attach it to any broker that they had.
Cool.
And I learned that over the weekend. Got back to the desk, I was like, hey, this is done. I was like, hey, but I can't pay because it's only starting. I'll give you something on every sale. That was the first ever commission that I ever earned in trading.
That's sick.
That was fucking years ago.
That's crazy.
And then that just went on to the next thing and the next thing. And I was really sitting in a bar, like, who is making money in this space? Find out who that person was, research what that person or people did. And it was big companies that were selling technology.
Yep.
And we focused on making one piece of technology that solved a big problem for a lot of people.
Wow.
And we convinced one person to take it. And then that was the crack.
Amazing. And so you were working somewhat, you could say, in the shadows for many years, like in terms of like, you weren't doing your big social media stuff and posting a lot of things. And even when we first met, I think you had 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
And I didn't even...
You didn't even meet me because you didn't answer me or something like that. Someone had to...
someone
had to say, oh, answer Owen's message. Something like that had to happen, right?
Yeah, something like this. But then all of a sudden, like, we met the first time, I still didn't really know just how rich you were, like just like how much you've done. And then all of a sudden, not long after, you started posting on social media, and I think then everyone was like, fuck, like, this guy's next level. Like, you kind of just exploded. And really, was there a point where you realized that you see value in personal branding and how that can actually help your businesses?
Yeah, so that, if you go back in time, that, let's say, parallel action, so me meeting you was actually at the same time where we were trying to get people interested in TradeLocker. So there was a time when TradeLocker didn't exist, and there was incumbent platforms, and those incumbent platforms worked for particular use cases.
Yep.
They weren't going to work any longer for certain use cases. So a lot of people at my level, or maybe let's say they thought they were at my level, they went off and they Googled and researched what other platform could I use.
Yep.
And they went off and they attempted to sort of mash that platform to the problem.
I see.
And me and my business partners, a year before, sort of realized that there could be a future problem, in the sense that the status quo isn't always the status quo, right?
Yes.
You know, we used to trade gold, silver, and copper for goods. We used to barter, etc., etc. We used to drive horses. Now we drive cars, etc. There's always a flipping status quo, right? And there needs to be some change to that every now and then. And we feel that there was a gap in the market for a product that was going to be needed at some point, maybe the year after, maybe 2 years, or maybe never. But we said, fuck it, it's the only thing that we've never done. We know how we can do it. We went out and figured it out, and we needed then customers. So nobody knew what TradeLocker was, nobody knew who was behind it, and nobody knew who would use it. So we took the opportunity to say, literally, I said, fuck it, I'll go online, I'll let people know that this exists. I'll figure out how. You know, now, not just me, Luca, who you know very, very well. He's a fellow Croat, and he is, like, obviously instrumental in the growth and the success of that product. And so me and him just hit the hammers fucking hard and just did meeting after meeting after meeting, just networking with everybody that was selling in the space. And just said, TradeLocker is what you need, TradeLocker is what you need. And that was the catalyst for me to go online. And by doing that, I realized that still nobody knows who I am.
Yes.
So I need to have a personal brand. I need to have a bit of a story. I need to have some PR. Whether it was good or whether it was bad, there'll always be negative PR, and in the future there'll be even more.
Yep.
But still, that doesn't defeat the point that like I did create solutions to problems that people had.
Yes.
They were used very, very well, and I am the guy behind the technology behind most people.
Wow.
In our little niche.
Yes, amazing.
Or and I'm not saying I'm the big dog. What I'm saying is that you're probably using my technology and you probably don't even know you're using it.
Of course.
Even if that's like from payments point of view.
Yeah, amazing. What I've picked up is you're solving problems, but you also are a visionary in the sense where you're actually able to kind of think of things that people don't even know they need yet, and you introduce that to someone, and they obviously, you know, start using your product or use your service, whatever it might be. But how do you think like that? Because that's rare.
I'm going to ask you for an example, because just so that you can say an example of what you mean. But it's not as hard as a lot of people think, right? Even today, I was just speaking with a guy who has a prop and a broker. He's created ideas, he's created products, and then he asks for things, and he gets told no, so he just goes and builds it, right?
Yes.
That is really what happens. So I didn't have, and I don't have every piece of technology. The pieces that I make are the pieces I felt that we could do better. And the pieces that I don't make are the pieces where I feel people are doing it so well that I partner with you for life.
Got it.
So when I moved to Malta, I buy my boats from the same person, my house from the same person, my cars from the same person, my watches from the same person.
Yep.
If I'm with you, I'm with you. You're my partner. I can't build a house, I can't build a boat, can't build a car, can't build watches, so I'm going to buy from you. But if I can do it, I'm going to do it so fucking well, and I'm going to make sure that says like TradeLocker's worth over $110 million.
No?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah. And it's only like 3 years alive.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.5 years alive.
Yeah. Wow.
From inception, right? But I know that we knew that we could do that, not better than the incumbent, but we could do it in such a way that we could definitely have success.
Yes.
Right? And there will be a time where TradeLocker will be in the, let's say, top 3.
Yep.
There will be a time. We're in the top 5 already.
Yep.
But there will be a time when you'll be saying, I know the guy that creates TradeLocker.
Yeah, of course.
Whether that's a good or a bad sentence, I don't know. But sitting here now, that is a thing.
Wow.
But anyway, the reason why it's actually easy, going back to the point, look at your invoices, who you're paying, right? Now, I'm not saying go off and create props CRM, right? Because we do it so well. But look at your invoices and see if can you do anything in there that solves a problem for a lot of other people, right? And it's not the case of I can do it cheaper, right? It always has to be, can I do it better than the best person, right? So for bridge services, we would never even attempt to make a bridge, right? We'd never do it. We use FX Cubic. They are the GOAT. They are the best. Okay. They've just done a recent M&A in the last 2 years. They are the people. If you need a bridge, go there, right? But if you need a CRM, or you need PropTech, or you need TradeLocker, or you need a payments, I should be in the conversation because I know I can do that very well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you look at your invoices, see what you can do well, and do it. See what if you don't do something well, partner. And that's literally how you become a visionary.
Amazing. That's
so
really.
It's not that hard, is it?
Yeah, no, it's really
but you
cool.
do need a lot of fucking money to do that.
Yes.
We deployed like nearly $8 million to get TradeLocker going.
Yep.
So we were running at a loss for a period of time. You know.
I see.
So you have to be willing to do that, which you know I think you are.
Yeah, and I think what I found super interesting is that you say it's not about being cheaper. It's just about being better, I guess you could say. And even when we first met, you're with the tech side of things for the props, working with you through that. When we first met, it was your pricing was very, very high.
Yep.
And even then, you had no personal brand or anything.
Yep.
But then we ended up still working together.
Yep.
And that's because we built trust. We built a relationship, and you know, I know that I can count on you in that sense.
Yeah.
So how do you become that person where you know that if you're working with someone, you know, you're putting, well, your teams are so good and you are so good that you have trust with every client, and you're able to build relationships like that, because a lot of people will burn clients. A lot of people will, clients will burn people.
So when you create something new, a new thing is always quite expensive, right? So if you look at solar panels very expensive, and then over time they become cost effective.
Yes.
And the solution just runs. Someone can go and just buy solar panels on a website now. A week later, someone can come out to the house and start installing, right? Software gets to a point where when it's new, It is expensive. You're setting up infrastructure, you're setting up teams, you're hiring the best talent, and that's where you said it's expensive, right? But over time, the price becomes way better, and I believe over time we did do better, right?
Of course.
Because as we start to learn, as we start to restructure, as we start to realize costs and sort of manage things, we can actually then package our new innovative concept. You're buying into me and my companies, that's why you went with us, and then over time we can narrow the price and we can get to a point where everybody's happy. But I didn't win or make significant bank by charging you more. I was able to have 10, 15 customers that helped me create the product where now I'm at a position where I can compete very, very healthily in the space. So it's, you know that I've put my money up.
Yep.
So only when you make money do I make money. No, I never ever charge a big onboarding fee. I never charge big development fees. All of this doesn't happen.
Yep.
I pay all of that. That's why it was, I think it was 20% in the beginning, which was outrageous at the time.
30 at the start.
But there you go.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I'm you know, I'm still sitting here. I didn't make a bank of money on charging you that, but we have a product now where you're happy with.
Yes.
And it's accessible for people.
Exactly.
So you being an early adopter is why you have now a great deal, right? You having that trust in me is because you know that I'm investing all of that capital back into the product to make it better for you for your future.
100%.
You know, so people get to realize that that's who I am. You know, I turn up to a meeting in a Bugatti, not because I'm trying to flex. It's because that's my daily driver.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's wild.
But I earned that elsewhere. But I want to turn up to a meeting to make sure that you have the best solution for your business, and your business is fucking flying. You know, not because of me, but it's because you know that you can pick up the phone. It'll get done. Now I know the payments is going to be a bit long, but we're going to figure that out. But you know that I put my money up to make that thing for you, and I'm using it myself.
Exactly.
You know, every single challenge that gets sold on FunderPro is using the same technology you're using.
Yes.
So that matters. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just sell the technology, and they've never ran a B2B.
Yep.
They've not, sorry, a B2C either. I'm helping because I'm learning on both sides. I'm seeing pitfalls before pitfalls happen for most people. You know?
Exactly.
Because I'm already speaking to those payment providers. I'm already speaking to those platforms. I'm already speaking to those integrators. Because our team is out there spending all the money we're making on R&D and developing the next version. And that's why TradeLocker, I looked at the first ever trade. It was in April in 2021. It looked like a fucking joke, like it was made on paint, you know?
Yeah.
And look at it now. It's like so sexy.
It's
you know?
great.
But that's because we're spending all of our money back on the thing. And that's why people go with us, because they know that's happening.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Amazing.
Does that even answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. Big time. Thanks for that. And now we have my brother here. Now he's someone that is new to the online space. He's been trading, likes crypto. He's doing his thing, but he's very, very fresh.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for someone, him or anyone in his position that's watching, that is starting to build something, but in the early stages, they really want to grow. They really want to get to that next point.
Yeah. Like the first thing is, don't expect it overnight. Like that's just it's the hardest thing to accept, especially when you're looking at, you know, your brother who is at a different level, right, in the journey, right? But even for me, I always say to myself, don't expect it overnight. Everything takes time. You need to do 10 things, 2 will click, just focus on the 2, then add new things in. Like, it just comes together over time, like learning, trial, error, fixing the things where there was the errors, taking the things that did work very, very well, double down on those, you know? And also be willing to take some risks, right? At this stage, right? Let's say it's you're on 10K a month, right? That's fine, because 10K a month is fucking fantastic.
Yes.
You have a very, very good mentor. You have very, very good, I'm going to say net. I'm not going to say network, I'm going to say net. If something happened tomorrow and 10K went to 0, your brother's got you. Like, I know my brother's got me. If my shit went to 0, my brother's got me, right? So
100%.
You've already done like an amazing job to get to this table. Just time. Try as many things as you can. Stick to the ones that actually start making some proper headway for yourself, and then double down on those. You know, if you're saying that crypto is a big focus, you need to learn like everything about crypto. You need to go to every crypto networking event, and without AJ, that's even super important, because then you're going to bring a different angle back to the machine, and you could be the turbocharger on the machine that generates X income. And then it's like, that's totally attributed to you. And then you're the crypto side. you know?
Yes.
But unless you're in the crypto network, unless you're sitting at every conference and just listening to people, you won't be able to do that, right? So you have to kind of be willing to go to the Forex conferences, go to the crypto conferences, fuck it, go to the social media conferences. Just something might actually click. You can bring back to the machine, like I said, and just grow and scale.
Amazing.
But like, don't be afraid for shit to go to zero. My shit went to zero so many fucking times.
Yeah.
Every time it goes back to zero, it's like, but I know how to get to 10.
Yes.
So just get back to 10. And then when you're back at 10, because it's going to be so much shorter, you're going to be at 10 again, and you're like, cool, now I'm just going to do this and see if I can get 20. And then 20 turns to 100. Like,
Amazing.
start of this year, Grow More was at 21,000.
Wow.
Right? And this month, I think, I'm just going to look at it now. And obviously, Grow More started with affiliation. Affiliation turned into capital. Capital went into investments. Investments turned into dividends. That's what this year has been. We're now the second week in November. We've got a month and 2 weeks left. And like, look at that chart. This month so far is like 664.
Whew.
Look at the chart. The chart is a full year.
Yeah.
See the way it starts here? Look.
Yeah,
It starts in January at 21,000. And there we're at 491
Yeah, wow.
already this month, you know?
That's amazing.
Do you want to show your camera?
For sure.
Congratulations as well.
The point of this is, I didn't need the $4.1 million. I wanted the $4.1 million.
Yep.
Because my life cost 3.8.
Yeah.
So now I have an engine that's going to get me my life, my lifestyle. And now I'm going to build on that. Next year I want 6.5. The year after I want 8.5.
Yep.
Et cetera, et cetera. Right? And then I'm going to focus on margin. Next year I'm going to run about 85% margin. My costs are about 750,000 on this project.
Yes.
Right? That's for content, that's for marketing, that's for email services, that's for I give away 120 grand a year, every month 10K. I've budgeted all that in. It costs around 700,000.
Wow.
So my margin next year, 6.5 million, is like 85%, 90%.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take all of that money and I'm going to invest it in 4 more projects or 5 more projects. And then the year after, because this year I made all that money and I've invested nearly every penny. If I look down here, look, this is like, I'm dead right in this. Like I know it works. Here at the bottom, see that those 2 numbers there together?
Yes.
3.6 and 5 is 4.1.
Yep.
And look at the outs, payouts.
Yeah, wow.
I didn't take that money and fuel my car.
Yeah.
I invested in people, which you well know.
Yep.
That's what's going to get me my 6 million next year.
Amazing. Love it.
Class. So
That's
I'm fully
amazing.
paid back on all my investments this
Wow.
year. And I have $1 million over.
Yes. That's crazy. That really is.
And I started with 20K.
Wow.
Obviously, I had all my shit as well, you know, that helps. You know,
Yeah.
having this watch kind of helps.
Yeah. Tell them how much this watch is, by the way.
As 1.6 platinum 5711 emerald.
1.6 million US.
Super rare.
Yeah. It's a
Super rare.
beautiful piece.
Yeah.
No, that's it's amazing to hear. And you know how to build something from zero and grow it to millions. And if you lost everything today, you can do the same thing.
Yeah, because you know the road, you know the stones to
That's
step
crazy.
on, you know?
Yes.
And you'll get back there faster, you know? I was told last year there's no more income.
Yep.
All right, I made 4 million. Who does that?
Yeah. No one.
And that's just what I made. My family office made money as well.
Yes.
But I'm not taking it away, I'm reinvesting it all.
Yes.
You know?
Crazy. That's insane. Obviously, you have like a lot of businesses that are generating, tons of money, and you're doing, you're selling some and doing all these things constantly as well. So, that number is much higher if you really. But it's amazing to see that you can really now start anything and you'll grow it just because you have that mentality and you've been able to do it so many times.
Because I've met you, because I've met other guys, that's the next piece. It wasn't for nothing. I didn't I'm gonna be cannibalistic.
Yes.
I didn't meet you because I really wanted to meet you. I knew that there was something we could do together that both of us could win.
Exactly.
And that's why.
Yes.
Because you didn't know who I was before.
No. Exactly.
And that's the fucking thing, You
Yeah.
want to go box.
Yes.
That hunger, that drive is the same thing that I wanted when I wanted to meet you.
Yes. Would you have any sort of last thoughts, anything else that you want to really speak about or say as a close?
I think I'll just go back to the whole time thing. Everything takes time. This journey that I'm on is in my 19th year,
Yes.
right? That's a lot of time. A lot of people watching this aren't even that old, okay? Don't worry about it. Be a 15-year-old, be a 16-year-old. hopefully everything's well, you're healthy, but you have time to do all of this stuff. You can't expect to be at this level at 15, 16, 17. It could happen in the mid-20s like you guys. Could happen in the late 30s like me. It just takes time. You need to make sure you have everything in the right place. You need to set up your network. You need to set up your connections. You need to be willing to go to the events, take the money out of your pocket, borrow from your family, go to the conferences, learn, and then deploy your skills for money. Maybe the first time you might do it for free. That's called your portfolio. You need case studies. That's part of your investment in your future. But the time that you spend on doing that will really pay you back later on. And the dividend that you'll get, it can be in multiples of millions.
Yes.
If you do it right.
Yes.
You know? Like you set down a foundation for yourself 2 years ago, and now you've got like 4 operating businesses under a group.
Yep.
You're in a fucking mansion with 2 landlords. You know?
Yes.
That's time.
Of course.
Yeah?
Of course. No, amazing. Thank you so much for coming and having this chat. I'm sure everyone else is going to be learning a ton from this. Obviously, you're someone that I look up to a lot, and I'm excited for our future, even just as friends as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So let's keep building, growing, and
let's grow more.
Yeah. And guys, I'll put Owen's links in the description as well. If you don't already follow him, definitely follow the guy.
If we can add a supplement, right? When you work with somebody and you're getting a benefit, you need to figure out how you can make sure that you attribute back. So when me and AJ first worked together, I did not do anything what would you say? What's the word? I didn't just go in and say, buy my stuff. My first thing that I did with AJ was I created and I invested my resources. I created a website and I sent AJ traffic. And AJ then started paying me commission, right? And I've earned, over 100 grand?
Yeah.
For Funded X?
Yeah.
And that's like 400K for Funded X?
Yep.
But I started by sending him traffic and saying, see what I can do. If we can figure out how to work together closer, I think we can do more. And I still do that today. I have an SEO guy working for 4K a month on your website, and I'm doing that. I am getting paid for it. I'm getting my affiliate commission, but that's so that you generate income, right? So you're paying me, I'm paying you.
Yes.
That creates foundation. That creates stability. Do stuff like that, and you will win all around you. You know?
Love it. Let's keep winning then.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.